The Stone Starlet trail build has come a long way since its humble beginnings. We started out in the Grove, building the You Can Do It drop and the gap jump directly after it. We moved into the Badlands, a messy clear cut filled with leftover logging scraps. We built the stump jump in a small oasis before re-entering the Badlands with a double. Next to the giant slash pile, we've got Bob's Bobsled, a step up to wall ride. Below that, we've now got what can best be described as a quagmire, a super wet spot in the Badlands that I've been slowly chipping away at. We'll build a feature here at some point, but for now, we'll continue further down. From here, I can cut my way into the jungle, a dense pocket of forest at the bottom of the trail. Eventually, I made my way to a section of trail that Bobby and Chris brushed out last summer, and it's this area that we'll be working in today. The prominent landmark here is an old-growth cedar log, and it's pretty much begging for a feature. Like Bob's Bobsled and the You Can Do It drop, I wanted to design this feature in the computer. Taking basic measurements of the log could work, but there are a lot of variables that just can't be accounted for. It would be great if I could somehow transfer this area into the computer to get an accurate starting point. Luckily, my new phone has a 3D scanner built into it. I've been using it to scan other trail features here in BC, and it's a great way to see exactly how they're built and to measure their dimensions. I even asked my friend Trevor to add a 3D viewer to trail forks so trail builders around the world can add and check out different features without actually visiting them. But this scanner is also a perfect tool for scanning a trail before a feature is even built. So in my case, I created a 3D scan of the log, which gave me a super accurate starting point to design the feature. I ran through a few ideas, but I figured the best option here would be a drop, an expert feature. Since the log would not easily allow for a ride around, and the feature would need to be accessible to everybody, I added a roll down option for riders who just don't want to send it. So, with the design in place, it was time to get to work.
Good morning, another day in the trail. It's time to build something cool. We're gonna build like a ladder bridge step down with an optional rollover. So we got this really cool, big old growth log. And of course we could just cut straight through it, but that's no fun. It's too cool to cut through. We need some cedar stringers, basically like a beam, that'll go from here to there. And according to my design, they're about 18 feet. So that's actually a fairly big log, but we'll see what we can find in the forest here.
Luckily, there was a fallen tree nearby that would be perfect for the job.
So I found a log here, and I think it's going to be at least 18 feet. It's just going to be a bit of a job to drag this out of here, but just got to cut all this mess out.
Dragging a wet 18-foot log into position by yourself isn't the easiest of tasks. But with persistence and a bit of time, the stringer was in position. The second stringer wasn't quite as obvious to find, but I did stumble onto one.
So while I was taking that first log out, I bumped into this one. And this yellow colored wood is cedar.
After clearing out all the stuff on top of it, I would cut it to size and drag it to the work site as well, which would mark the end of my first workday.
Well, another day on the trail. It's kind of raining today, but not too bad, and it's actually pretty warm, so I think it'll be a good day for work.
Today, we'll begin the assembly of the bridge, and the key to any structure is a good foundation. I needed some sleepers to rest the structure on. So for the first sleeper, I dug a hole and lined it with rocks. I then cut a piece of cedar in half, placed it in the hole, and backfilled it with dirt. With the first sleeper in position, the base of the stringers were now level. But over at the big log, they were not.
So it's important for me to get this level, and this side is too high. So we're gonna cut into the log and just create a bit of a notch so we can lower that side a little.
By cutting out a little bit of the log at a time, I was able to get the stringers to sit level. Since the big log is slowly rotting away, it was prudent to add an extra support next to it.
All right, time to build a support that's gonna go under here. So it's gonna be the sleeper 2 posts and then a beam going underneath.
With the support built, I could now focus on the riding surface of the bridge. I needed to make some boards called rungs.
So like all the other wood in the project, we're going to use cedar. And that's because it doesn't rot quite as easily as other woods. But the cedar we're going to use today is actually really special. We're going to take it from this old stump. And one of the reasons it's so special is that because this stump is actually really old and big. And the other reason is it got hit by lightning. And apparently these burnt out stumps are really rot resistant. So I'm really excited to use this one. It's just going to be a little tricky to chop down because it's quite big and awkward.
Thoroughly excited by my lightning-struck cedar stump, I got to work on bringing it down.
Alright, so now that I've chopped up this section into 3-foot pieces, I'm pretty happy with what we got here. Like obviously this section is nice and big. We got a little burnt out here, so maybe we won't be able to use that, but there's going to be a lot of good wood here. So we're going to use basically what is called a froe, and this is going to allow us to nicely split this into rungs. And you want to go with the radius of the log. The cedar is so beautiful and it smells so good. There's nothing like fresh split cedar. It's so nice, I have to say. Oh my god.
Stoked on how good my freshly split cedar smells, I made my way through the rest of the stump. With my new rungs loosely placed over the bridge, I could move on to the roll down portion of the feature. The first thing I needed were 2 more stringers, about 9 feet long. The perfect candidate was waiting for me uphill. By chainsawing it down the middle and splitting it the rest of the way, I ended up with 2 stringers for the price of 1. On the back side of the big log, I dug a hole for a sleeper which would be the foundation for the stringers. With everything loosely in position, I would start to assemble the roll down portion.
So now that I've got the left stringer kind of lined up the way I want to cut a notch out of this to make it fit nicely and interface in a strong way. So what I'll do is I'll just make a mark with my nail and I'll cut a line with my chainsaw.
With everything looking good, I made it permanent and nailed the stringers together. And then repeated the process for the other side. The most satisfying part of the job is trimming off the excess.
So now that we have our kind of structure complete, we can start decking it. The only problem is we don't have enough rungs, but this log is cedar and it's a big log. So if we just go up there, I'm going to cut out a chunk and we can split out some more rungs from it.
After cutting and splitting 3 more rounds out of the big log, I had enough to deck the bridge. With each rung placed about an inch apart, the new feature is starting to look rideable. But on the top, I'm really particular about how I want to install the rungs.
So one of my pet peeves when it comes to bridges is that often there's just not much thought that goes into placing the rungs. Because like, for example, this one is sticking out just way too far. And if I just move that to one that's a similar size, it's going to really smooth out the bridge.
There are a few bridges out there that just sap your speed and shake the fillings out of your teeth. This is often avoidable if the builder just took a few minutes to organize the rungs before nailing them down. And with less vibration running through the bridge, it probably also helps the longevity of the structure. So with my rungs organized properly, I nailed them down until sunset. The following day, I dug out a landing, And after another day's work, I had a berm. The feature was finally ready to ride. The next day, Yuka and I went out for a quick ride. I warmed up on the You Can Do It drop, as well as the stump jump. It was finally time to hit the new feature. Rolling over it was totally fine. But dropping off, well...
Me. I can do this, Yuka! Yeah, one more try. Come on, Eric. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god. Okay, off, Eric. Come on.
As many of you will know, I get these mental blocks which prevent me from just sending it.
What's wrong with me?
It doesn't help that the feature is blind, the landing short, and that I'm the first to attempt it. But Yuka, who doesn't suffer from this disease, figured she'd give it a try. After all, the You Can Do It drop was named in her honor because she was the first to send it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send really deep. Should I send it?
It's up to you. It's up to you, honey.
There's no way I can die here. Unless I hit the tree over there. It's all about courage. Yeah, I don't know why. I know why. Because it's scary. I don't think I can do this.
Huh. I guess she just wasn't in a sendy mood today. Part of the problem is we were unsure of the speed. Coming up short would result in a nasty case, and with a relatively square edge on the transition, I thought I'd make some changes.
So basically, I want to alter the edge of the landing. Basically, I think it's kind of too harsh, and I think it's just a little too sniper for when you want to land. So I want to just make it a little easier to hit without being super perfect.
With the necessary changes made, I got back on the horse and gave it another go. The improved landing definitely helped my mental state.
It looks really friendly now.
But there wasn't much trail to ride before this, and dropping in cold is tough. Getting into a bit of a frenzy does seem to help me though.
Okay, come on. Let's do it. It's so fine. Come on. Yes. Okay, come on, Eric. Going, you're going. Come on, Eric. It's a really nice landing now. Come on, Eric. Just roll off the end. You got it. It's easy. You're going. Come on. Oh, okay. Come on, let's go. Go. Come on. Yes. You're going. Come on. Let's go. Finally.
And like that, the feature had been sent for the first time. My instinct for the speed required was off, however, and I cased it quite badly. I'm just glad I changed that landing to help with that case.
Good job!
Okay, you're gonna do it again.
Okay.
But now that the hard part was over, sending the feature over and over again wasn't a problem. By starting further up the trail to gain a little more speed, I got the landing just about right.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, it took me a while to send. And that's because I'm no superhero. Just a slightly above average rider like most of you watching. Plus, this story would be pretty boring if I'd cut out all my failures. Yuka wasn't into it though, and she wants me to tune up the landing a little before she tries it again. As for the name of the feature, well, that's where you can help out. Its most defining aspect is the huge old-growth cedar it traverses. And sure, you can drop off of it, but it also has the option to roll down. You guys have been amazing at naming these features so far, so let me know your ideas in the comments down below. But, as always, thanks for watching and stay gnarly.